So last night on the way to the show, I broke an axle just down the street from my house. So we're gonna check it out and see what's happening in here. See here, but there she is. Pretty dirty brake. So what happens with these axles is they put that counterweight on there. That's an actual vibration damper, and what they do is the moisture gets underneath and it starts to rust around the shaft, and these shafts are cast. You can see that they're sort of like a cast material, and so it's a design flaw, and as far as I'm concerned, this casting has air pockets in it right from manufacturing, and so it'll start to corrode from the inside out, and also this vibration damper causes these failures, so it's kind of a design flaw. So that's basically, thank God that didn't happen on the highway. I was just starting off from a stop sign real slow, and it snapped. I didn't shock load I didn't take off hard or anything like that, so it just, yeah, as you can see, she just snapped right off. So I did have 2 replacement brand new ones when I did all of the other work in here. I did the brakes and everything, and ball joints and tie rod ends, and upper arms and everything. I did everything in here other than the shocks, and so I put the brand new axles in, but they didn't have this vibration damper on them, and I was getting some bad vibrations, so I swapped back to the original. These are the original axles with just about 300,000 K on them. So yeah, so we're gonna try and do the passenger side aftermarket axle, and hopefully that's not the one that was causing my vibration issues, and because I wasn't able to take them back. I had them too long, and so I'll get to installing that, and we'll get this thing back rolling again. Hit it here or here a before you take this nut off of here. I'm gonna try to get away with not having to undo the tie rod end. And so now we're just gonna take the fork out and get this thing out of here. Okay, so I've taken off the top nut and we're gonna slide the fork out of here. Okay, so slide out the axle pieces. There's one. Wow. So you see the rust and corrosion. This is common on these cars. This is underneath. How much of that is gone? That is underneath the rubber counterbalance. Just unbelievable. Everything else is in good shape though, even the U-joints. Okay, so this is what we have. And so you can see the corrosion started early on this axle. It's been fractured, or just look at that. You can see the rust right inside of there. Like that's just crazy. So that rubber causes it to rust out underneath. And that's typically where they snap. It's been rusting for probably since day one. That's bad. Alright, here's the new one versus the old one, and I totally redid the front end and put 2 new ones of these in, and they were vibrating like crazy. I thought they were garbage, so I took them out and put the factory one back in, and here we are a couple months later, and I'm going to try this one out, and hopefully it's not the one that was causing the vibration. It also could be the way that the 2 new axles were indexed with one another. If you get a vibration like that with 2 new axles that don't have this vibration damper, you'll have to pull it apart again and turn it 180 from the other one. Just do one side, and that might cure your problem. I don't know why they're not putting these on there, other than the fact that it causes this flaw. But it's even worse having it without it, because these axles are not balanced. This is a harmonic balancer, and without it, these things vibrate like crazy. So don't buy cheap axles. But I'm gonna get this in because I'm losing all my tranny oil, and let's get this job done. So yeah, I thought I could cheat a little bit, but no, you gotta remove the tie rod end too, you guys. So now we should be able to pull this back enough we can get the axle in. I thought I could cheat a little bit by not unhooking the tie rod end, but we had to unhook the ABS sensor and unhook the brake line just in order to get the axle to squeeze in there. I threw some never sees on there for the next lucky guy, which will probably be me. And get this all put back together and top up the tranny oil that came out of there while I was messing around. Okay, we got everything in there nice and tight, all good to go. Cotter pins are all in, and I'm just going to top up the transmission with the oil that I lost. I forgot to put a plug in there when I pulled the axle out. Okay, alright you guys, don't forget to top up your transmission. This is where you'll find the oil fill plug, and oh, we're good. we're good. There's lots of oil in there. We got oil coming out as soon as I took the cap off, so. So, I guess the tranny was a little over full, possibly. The car's leaning to the left, and the oil came out of there. Alright, well, it's all back together. And now we just gotta go for a test drive and see how it all works. Alright guys, I took it for a test drive. Those axles are pretty cheap, so it's working for now, but I'm gonna get new axles. At least for now, the car's back on the road. It has a slight vibration at low speeds, which is annoying. And so other than that, we're just out here in the farmland. Went for a nice Sunday drive. Just too bad I missed the car meets this weekend with the EM1. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good night.